What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today I thought I'd take a look back at my most popular video with a whopping 14,000 dislikes and 61,000 likes. Jesus Mary. I wanted to discuss some of the comments from my Why is Call of Duty World War II So Bad video. Now let me just say, I did not expect this video to blow up as much as it did. It's sitting at about 2.2 million views, which is just insane. And let me thank all of you for watching it, even if you agreed with me, disagreed, liked it, or felt I should kill myself. Naturally, a video with this many views on such an anticipated game in one of the biggest franchises in gaming was going to rustle a few jimmies.
Okay.
And my goodness, 25,000 comments, that is just ridiculous. You know, people gave me a lot of good vibes, insightful feedback, and they also gave me a lot of shit. So, why don't we take a look at these comments and see if anybody can come up with a legitimate counter-argument or defense for Call of Duty World War II. And in the process, we'll also take a look at some good comments, because hatred, vitriol, and your mom jokes get old real fast. But before we jump straight into this, I'm going to announce the winner of this month's Shoutout competition. Now, if you don't give two shits about this, go ahead and skip to the timestamp on screen for the real video. If you'd like to submit something for the Shoutout competition, you need to follow me on Twitter and send me a message. But also check the description for all the details you'll need. With that being said, I intended for this to be for smaller YouTubers, people in the 5,000 subs or below category, but this month's winner, Mootroid X Productions, is an exception, because this guy just creates some fucking incredible stop-motion animation videos. The video he submitted was an Arbiter vs. Flood animation, and I'll just play a snippet for you here.
Rise up and I will kill you! Again and again! Die!
With the amount of work that goes into this type of content, and how YouTube's algorithm screws over animators, I was so impressed with his work that I had to shout it out. It was just too good. You can find links to his channel in the description, pinned comment, and with those cards in the top right. Go check out Mootroid X Productions, you will be glad you did. So without further filibustering, let's jump straight into this. One thing I'll point out is because there are so many comments, I can only scroll so far before YouTube starts fucking itself. So this one says, dude, you're just a hater and need to get good. The game is awesome. Well, you know what? 8 Thoughts, you piece... Oh, it's from 8 Thoughts. Oh, you got me good, buddy. Why does the multiplayer only include America versus Germany? Where the hell is the Soviet Union, yada yada? Exactly. I don't know if I gave as much attention to this fact as I should have in my video, but how absurd is it to make a video game based on the largest war with the most countries participating and only focus on 2 of them? Fucking ridiculous. Why don't they just ask everyone what exactly they want from the next COD game? Choose the most popular suggested theme, features, weapons, and map ideas, then use those ideas to make the game. Can't fuck up the game if you're following the instructions. Well, the problem with this actually ties in with what I consider to be the best comment on this video, which is the one I pinned. It's pretty long, but Buster Brown here basically goes into detail saying that the reason COD sucks so much dick nowadays is because the community is pulling them in so many different directions. Every time they say they're tired of 3-lane maps, they complain that the non-3-lane maps are like a maze. Call of Duty fans ask for innovation, but every time they get it, they hate it. It's really not that simple to just find what people want, because Call of Duty has such a cancerous community that all seem to want different things. All of you dumb fuckers can just shut the fuck up. You guys only hate this game because you're all worthless Battlefield fanboys. Well, I'm sorry if you're mad, because COD is a much better series than your stupid fucking Battlefield shit series. Yes, we only hate this game because it's not a Battlefield game. This has got to be a fallacy, like appeal to fanboyism. Also, I love how this dude doesn't realize that his own comment could be applied to himself, in that he's playing the role of COD fanboy. I agree it's pretty bad, especially the maps and bugs, but you just took the best things out of the game, you bashed it with and showed us the worst things about World War II. That's a pretty biased review. Well, of course it's a biased review. It's from my perspective, my view, if you will. In any case, I always attempt to be fair with every game I look at and point out the good. This time there wasn't as much, that's why I bashed it. People are all like, oh, he's nitpicking. Like, he's pointing out the biggest problems and they all have a heavy impact on the game. COD fans really don't know what a good game is. I think this is actually really true to a certain degree. It's like all these newer Call of Duty fans seem to forget what made the series great in the first place. They seem to forget what quality maps are, what good customization is. It's like they just became blind fanboys, and when any criticism is directed towards their games, they just get pissed off. When in actuality, they should realize that people who complain about the game are most of the time people who want to see it do better. Complains about pay-to-win loot boxes, complains about non-pay-to-win O boxes. K-bros. Yeah, it's almost like having unlocks be relegated to RNG in a slot machine is fucking dumb. This is a video game, not a casino. Also, I'd like to point out that I got about 40 million comments telling me that all these problems were because I was playing on an Xbox. Because, oh, you don't have loading issues on PlayStation. Well, my PlayStation 4 took 8 hours to download a Destiny 1 update. So, no thanks. Only problem I had was just a personal pet peeve. The little hypocrisy here and there didn't take away the fact that this was a great review. You say he returns to a woman who's pregnant. Of course, war cliche. The problem is you say you want straight facts about a war story, not this SJW crap. I agree with you, but the baby boomer generation started after World War II and ended after it, so this would be considered a war story fact, and there's no need to call it a cliche. Well, to a certain degree, you're right. This would be an accurate portrayal of the typical family scenario. However, coupled with all the other cliches, it's just another one that adds on top of it, making COD World War II even more generic. People who say that you are just shit at it don't have an argument. You're exactly right, and I'm sure we're gonna find some comments like that. Dude, if you don't like the game, quit complaining and stop playing. Okay, but I like Call of Duty, and I think this newest game sucks. So I'm gonna complain about it, talk about why it sucks, so that hopefully the next ones are good. How about that? EA propaganda. This video was EA propaganda. Never mind the fact that I made 3 videos shitting on EA and what they did with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Actually 4. But no, this is EA propaganda. Good lord. Are you stupid? Everyone loves this game. Yeah, everyone seems to love it. Especially the 61,000 people that like this video talking about why it sucks. If you hate this game so much, then go back to the futuristic shit.
How about new?
A lot of the responses to some of these hater comments were actually what I would have said, but people defending me and just fucking nailing it, like this guy. The icon for the grip skins isn't showing you the actual skin, you dingus. It's just a generic graphic for the fucking card. Okay, now dismantle his many other points. That isn't a good thing. That's probably what he is fucking talking about. They didn't even put in the time to show you what fucking grip you got. It's just a generic fucking shit card. Exactly. So basically, when COD keeps things the same, people cry. But when they change and try to do thongs different, you bitch about it. OMG, get a life, you hating bitch. No, what's more accurate is to say when Call of Duty sucks, when it tries to go back to its roots and does nothing unique or special and is actually a poor man's version of World at War, yeah, then we don't like it, because we had World at War. So there's a certain standard there. Now, in my video, I also pointed out that I thought Gustav Cannon was the only good map, because it's the only one that's actually open and somewhat creative, but apparently everyone hated it, and no one was actually willing to explain why. I think it has something to do with camping with snipers, as if that's not a core component of Call of Duty. What, do you guys want to see snipers taken out of Call of Duty completely? Is that why you don't enjoy the map? I decided to stop watching from the weapon customization commentary because I immediately encountered something that I disagree with. I decided to stop reading this comment after the first sentence because I immediately encountered something I disagree with. That being, when you disagree with something, you can't expose yourself to it. Fuck off. If COD World War II is so bad, then why do you have a gameplay of you playing COD World War II on the background? Oh my god. This has gotta be a troll. It's gotta be a troll or retard. Look, buddy, if I review a game, I have to have gameplay of it to show you what I'm talking about. You don't know WATH World War II is stare at liking World War II, then make that video, why dare you?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, there was a series of incredibly illiterate comments, and this is one of them. You're stupidly retarded. Call of Duty World War II is awesome. You're a dick that's retarded. You suck, you doofus, you are shoof, you baby, you fool. You love My Little Pony, you sissy. What the fuck? What is talking about World War II is way better than BF1, BF2, and BF3. You maggots can't make your mind damn. It's all so hard to code in a different company, and it's your fucking job to criticize, dumbass. Who are you directing this to? And naturally, there's a lot of people throwing out clever insults, such as, shut up, shut your mouth, you piece of crap. This guy is retarded. You are supposed to enjoy it, you loser. I don't even have the luxury of playing multiplayer games. What a crybaby. Who cares what luxuries you do or don't have? Talk about the fucking game. So if you can't even play it, why are you here in this comment section? Fucking hater, so go kill yourself. You're gay. And so on. You get the picture. Here's a comment that is actually nice, has its own opinion, isn't a fucking dick about it. It's a diamond in the rough for the COD community. COD World War II isn't really that bad because the story just blows me away. I feel it needs some respect. My dad doesn't really like COD games, but he likes this one. But have your opinion. If you say it sucks, then I can't argue with that. If you think it's bad, then that's your opinion. Thanks for reading my comment. Thanks for posting this comment. In a sea of shit, there are people who just like the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. This guy is a paragon. I see it's still cool to hate AAA games. This is what Call of Duty needed to do. Keep the old fans happy while not pissing off the newer fans. Personally, it's pretty good. Well, actually, they didn't keep the old fans happy because, like I said in the video, it's just a watered down version of World at War. It's literally inferior to World at War in every single component. And that's my opinion, but I think it's pretty obvious from map design, zombies, weapon design, the campaign, music, everything. So if anything, it pissed off the old fans but made the newer fans happy. Like who out there is a Call of Duty veteran that genuinely likes COD World War II? Let me know in the comments. If only the writers had balls. Dude, kids today play this game, and I don't think the creators want your bloody racist hardcore war theme in the campaign. But I still respect your arguments. You fucking amateur. That's what Call of Duty has been since its inception. Littered with children. I played the original Call of Duty games as a kid, and I turned out alright. Oh look, World at War had a bloody, maybe not racist, but hardcore horror war theme. Well, no shit, kids are gonna play this game, but it's rated M, and it's based on World War II. Once more, the bloodiest, most crucial, pivotal conflict in human history, okay? Depict that with some fucking balls. This series of comments is fucking great, alright? Life comes at you fast. It's better than your videos. Why so salty? It is a great game. Never mind, it's not good. He probably posted these as he was watching my video, and then he was like, oh shit, I get it now. Fucking great. I never appreciated all the little details in zombies until they were gone. Me neither, dude. I took it all for granted, and when it was gone, it was like, why does this feel so uninspired? Why does this feel so boring? And then I just thought about why those old zombie modes were great, and it was because of the little details. The devil is in the details. You can't complain about map quality for some odd 10 minutes. Any COD map is simplistic, right, middle, left, literally any map, in every COD, and don't try to argue that the maps lack something like power positions because they all have them. I agree that World War II is a ball of heaping anxiety, and I also agree with Buster Brown on why it is that way, but I mean the maps have always been shit. Well, the problem is, no, they weren't shit, and that's what I tried to illustrate. Remember in Airfield? It's not just left, middle, right, it's a big circular map. Call of Duty used to have more unique map design. The map from Modern Warfare 2 where there's the helicopter at the top. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but there's a lot of verticality to that map. It's not just left, middle, right. You can go to the side, to the right, and find these hidden spots. Power positions are basically non-existent in Call of Duty World War II, and I don't have the time to go through and show you what a power position is and all of that, but the more experienced COD players, like the veterans, the Call of Duty YouTubers, will tell you that this game is far more RNG based, meaning that you just have a lot higher chance of just being shot in the back or finding someone in front of you. But no, Call of Duty was known to me for its good-ass maps. And that's why I spent so long on that section, because they suck balls in this game. Stop complaining, morons. You either play or shut the fuck up. No one cares. The irony of someone who clicked on this video and posted this comment. No one cares? No, you care. Fucking Neanderthal. Complains about all the shit no one cares about. Oh, you mean like the campaign, the zombies mode, the multiplayer, the map design, the weapon design, the loot boxes? Oh yeah, nobody cares about any of that. Yeah, that's just the game. Haven't we been asking for COD to go back to World War II for about 2 to 3 years? Now that we are here, people like this are complaining about every little thing. Like I said earlier, the devil is in the details, man. If you go back to your roots, if you go back to World War II and you can't match or improve upon what was provided in World at War, then yeah, we're gonna complain about that because we don't want a watered down version of the last World War II Call of Duty game. We wanted something new, something fresh, expansive, took risks, but still gave us the feeling of boots on the ground, you know, and this game didn't. OMG, people, you're so retarded. Stop thinking about the past. This are new games. They will obviously change a lot of things because they are new. I think this game is awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Now, this is obviously a kid typing this, so I'll be a little lenient. This is also one of the points so many people brought up in the comments section was, oh, it's a new game, it's gonna get updates. What are you upset about? It's gonna get updates. Like, they're gonna fix these things and they're gonna add more weapons and whatnot. You just gotta wait for the updates. It's like, is that where we're at now? Where COD fanboys have become so complacent, they have such low standards that they don't even expect a finished product anymore. They expect everyone, including the haters, to wait for the game to get better. And that just baffles me. This comment talks about how I compared Treyarch's zombies to Sledgehammer's zombies, and how that's not a fair comparison. While I partially agree with that, the point of that was, this is what zombies had done in the past that was so awesome. Now, okay, if it's a new developer, provide something that's equally as awesome. It doesn't have to be the same, it just has to be, like, as good or better, and it wasn't. I said it in the video, if you're gonna take out all the charisma, charm, and fun, you gotta replace that with something, and they didn't. It's so annoying, people like you should shut the actual fuck up, always crying what a game does bad. Just don't play the fucking game if you don't like it. Finally, COD game with boots on the ground and it still isn't good enough for you people. I also like the responses to this. It's called criticism. People can have opinions, you fucking muppet. And this one, are you really complaining about people complaining? It's so annoying, people like you should shut the actual fuck up, always crying what a video review does bad. Just don't play the fucking video if you don't like it. Perfect, I don't even need to respond to this, that's fucking perfect. But I would like to point out that when people complain about something, chances are they care about it. Because if you're not making a statement, or you're not taking the time to talk about things, then you don't care. The title implies that everyone agrees with you, but they don't, so stop trying to ruin people's fun. The title implies what I think of the game. The title is not, why is Call of Duty objectively bad? The title is not an objective statement, and I get so tired of people with this type of comment that's like, why aren't you more biased? Why are you such a hater? Why does this title imply that everyone agrees with you? It's like, do I have to remind the audience every 40 seconds that this is my opinion? I think that goes without saying. Hey everybody, Actman here. Just wanted to let you all know that this video is my opinion. See you all again in 40 seconds. You are just one of those stuck-up bitches that suck dick 24/7 and have no good taste in games. Wait, but I like the Call of Duty series. Oh, I guess that means you suck dick 24/7 as well. Killzone 9816 JMF020603, what a god-awful name. The Emoji Movie is better than this review.
Hold the fuck up, Macked Man. Nothing is worse than the Emoji Movie, you silly twat.
Well, what's up everybody? Just me, Actman again, letting you all know. I'm just kidding. Let's go on with the video. Thanks for that, mysterious British voice. You completely disregard that the Black Ops games are made by Treyarch and they own the right to all the good zombie stuff. No, nobody owns that right. Good zombie stuff is ideas and execution. That's not a Treyarch trademark. Treyarch trademark, say that 3 times fast. They did it on purpose. They begrudgingly made a World War II game after years of fans begging. They want more Halo garbage with ass boosters and magic. This could have been one of the best, but this is what happens when all those kids who got annihilated in World at War design a game they despise. This brings up a really good point. Like, Sledgehammer Games, I think there's a theory that they really didn't want to make a World War II game. They were making another futuristic Call of Duty game, but because of all the backlash, they had to fucking switch gears really quick. And I think that explains a lot about the game and how safe it is in its execution. Supply drops are not gonna go away. Everyone needs to stop being such a baby and play the damn games. Well, my friend, it is because of your attitude that supply drops keep coming back. Because like I said, Call of Duty fans have their standards so fucking low, they might as well be buried beneath the Earth's crust. So if you don't have a problem with supply drops, well then they're gonna keep being there. But if you do, voice your discontent and hopefully change something about it. This game is for kids, not grown adults. It's rated M, you fucking idiot. I think this comment right here makes some of the worst points I've ever seen. Y'all are just putting down games for the sake of putting them down. No, it's because it sucks. It doesn't matter if this stuff's historically accurate. It's not like any COD game ever has. Well, it does matter. It's a World War II based video game. And talking about bad stuff not even a week after the game is out. Pathetic. My dude, look at the date the video was posted. It's a month after the game was released. You expect the updates to fix everything. The game is out. It's finished. It's done. Or at least it should be. But again, I'll reiterate, Call of Duty fans seem to have no standards at all. You know the community is shit when people only start ranting about games way back in the good old days when the game is actually 100% done with all updates and content. Yeah, because that's the way it should be. I don't get what your point is. Battlefield 4 was broken when it came out, and now it's one of the greatest games ever. Well, what if it wasn't broken when it launched? Yeah, it'd have been even better. So what's your fucking point? So get your shit together, third-party YouTuber that only gets watched when a new game comes out, just because it's a recommendation of people looking up the game on actual good YouTubers. Yeah, this is just your classic generic insult to YouTuber I don't like calling their videos clickbait when they're really not. Anyone who actually cares about COD will admit that COD as a franchise is dying. I still buy the newest Call of Duty out of respect, and this is probably the saddest thing, because it's true, because all us older fans see what it's becoming. We see that it's turning to shit, and we're not looking away from that. At least most of us are calling it as we see it. This is supposed to be about history, not profit. I love checking up history, making right off of other people's mistakes. Wow, times have changed. World War I/II shouldn't be straight up multiplayer. It should be a strong, scary, and true story/campaign. Absolutely. This is part of the corporatization that video games have gone through. It's way more about the profit. Like, they could give a shit about World War II and portraying history accurately. They don't care. They didn't bother to take the time. And you're right, they just didn't have balls when it came to portraying a realistic, gritty World War II story. Want a good game? Make it your own. Oh yeah, let me just get my millions of dollars, my hundreds of employees to all get cracking on a new Call of Duty game. Yeah, let me just go do that right now, because I have those things. This one offends me. Back in 2008, people were saying that World at War is shit. Suddenly it became a good game? No, we weren't saying that back then. At least most of us weren't. What do you mean it's bad? The fucking video, watch the video. You can't compare Treyarch's World at War and Sledgehammer's World War II. Now, I got a lot of comments that was like this, but the crux of the issue that these people seem to forget is this is all the same series. This is all Call of Duty. would you complain if a company other than Nintendo made the latest Mario game and it had wall running and it was a first-person shooter? Would you complain? Well, yeah, of course you would. But you can't dismiss those complaints by saying, oh, it's made by 2 different companies. What? Well, of course Sledgehammer Games is gonna make a Mario first-person shooter game with wall running. Well, you can't compare Super Mario Odyssey with Mario Warfare 3. What, are you crazy? And yeah, yes, we can compare the two because it's Call of Duty. It's one series, unified across all these games. I love this. You know nothing about this game. It's 5 kills for a recon plane in every game, you fuck. The irony, you fucking retard. You don't even know how stupid you are. You made this video for the drama and views. Yeah, just another generic insult you can throw at any YouTuber when they make a successful video. Oh, I did it for the views. Oh, wow. It's almost like that's what you make YouTube videos for, is for people to watch them. Are you really complaining that chests that you can buy for money don't actually give you anything useful? Pro pay to win much? You fucking idiot. No, I'm pro worthwhile customization. I'm not pro pay to win. I'm pro if you're gonna have stupid ass loot boxes, don't regurgitate the same emote 8 times. How's that sound? And yeah, that's about all the comments I can stomach on this video. And you might think, well, maybe Actman, you cherry-picked these comments. Oh, if you think I did, go through. By all means, go through that comment section and try to find something that actually defends this game. Or you can find hundreds of actual good comments. Now, I will also say that it's not realistic to expect a single YouTube comment to be able to address everything said in a 37-minute video, but I just wanted to see some comments that could defend at least one thing I said, or one criticism I had in Call of Duty World War II, and some of these did that, but they were few and far between amongst the fucking shit. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, don't forget to check out Mootroid X Productions, and subscribe to The Actman for more awesome content. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today, this is The Actman signing out. Peace!